So I'm here with Writer Tears, bringing you my full review of Case 7, Punish of Kamen Rider Zeztz. So, Zeztz episode 7, we get huge revelations, we get some interesting lore things going on, and we get a reference to the original Kamen Rider, which I thought was very fun. And I don't know how many people picked up on it. I actually have the episode open right now in my on my screen here, and I haven't seen so far that anybody has referenced it yet. But I'll have to drop it in there. Anyway, so yeah, I think it's interesting. I think this is a good episode, and I thought it was a lot of fun. I'm very into what's going on here, which is that, spoilers, we learn that Nem was in a car accident 4 years ago, or a bus crash 4 years ago, with her boss, Masui? Oh, Bijoji, whatever, Bijogi. And he was fine, and she was in a VIP hospital, and she disappeared from there. And that's interesting that she would just disappear. Makes me wonder if she was special after the accident and after she went into the dream world, or nightmare, or if she was special before, and then kind of like how Baku keeps almost dying when he does good things for people, maybe she also has been fated to be wound up in all of this. I'm now dropping my she and Nox were brother and sister thing. I'm suspending it. I'm suspending that speculation. If you didn't hear about that, that was last episode. I figured based on her blue and pink outfit, maybe it was a code that the parents in this dream had two kids, twins, a boy and a girl, pink and blue, and that would have made sense. But whatever. Maybe that's not right. It's okay if it's not. But yeah, so overall, I liked the plot of the episode. I like the story stuff going on, like the lore things that are going on. We don't know anything more about Nox. We don't know anything more about how the whole dream world aspect of it all operates, except for we know mechanically one thing is he calls the people who are dreaming, dreamers, believe it or not, because they are dreamers who are dreaming and who are experiencing a nightmare. So there's that. That's really all for like technical lore type of stuff. And then obviously I talked about everything with Nem being disappeared, and he's promised to now find her, which this was a really cool moment. He is very upset. Bijoji is saying that he doesn't want to accept that Nem is dead, and that's why he pushed his wife in the dream, pushed his wife aside and took Nem into the tower, into the prison, so that he would live there forever with her, and he would keep her alive because she's missing. She's this surrogate daughter who's was injured, who went missing, who's presumed dead, but he hopes she's alive. And if he can, even in his dream, save her by staying trapped in this prison for the rest of his life with her, but it keeps her alive, then he's willing to do that. And then it was really cool. Within the dream, Nox almost got him to fight I don't know exactly how this was supposed to work, but he told him to go fight that nightmare, the chainsaw guy, with your bare hands, or not with your bare hands. He grabbed a pipe, which was nice, and he attacked it, but the guy quickly threw him aside. Anyway, he's a monster versus a man, and it led to a really cool moment with Baku using the impact ball capsule, but the impact ball, he struck it against the floor, kind of like how the Bokengers did, like they've done it off of a sword, I believe. I've seen that clip floating around, and anyway, he was able to use that to activate it, and then he grabbed the weapon, punched the guy, whatever. Good stuff. So again, seeing the capsules being used in the dream by Baku is a lot more fun is a lot of fun. The suit stuff is good, but definitely in out of the suit, it's even better, I think. So anyway, we got to see this confrontation between Baku and Nox, and at the end of it, at the very end of the episode, after Baku saved the day, Nox says that he is one day, that he, being Baku, is one day going to find out the cost of that power, which is the power that he has to use the rider system, the dream balls, whatever, in order to do stuff and upset his plans. And we still don't know what the point is, what the goal is. What will suffusing the world in nightmares do for Nox? What is it that he's going for? I don't understand. I don't know that he understands. And I don't know, it's interesting. There's also this kind of like moral dilemma, maybe, being presented, that if Bijoji lets the world know that Nem is not here anymore, that she's missing or she's dead or whatever, that it will be this horrible truth, and people need to be protected from that. The country needs to be protected from that. And Baku kind of commiserates because he wants to believe the lie, but that wanting to believe the lie and having to face the truth results in him earning the power to. Sorry, trying to make a Persona 4 joke, but it didn't work. He ends up resolving that he is going to find her, that he's got a new mission for himself that he's given to himself, which is to find Nem and or save Nem. I can't remember what he says, but I think that's really cool. I think it's really cool, and I'm into it. I like the small steps of character growth and arc traveling through arc trajectory that we're getting to see Baku go on, and I like it. It's fun. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the set now. The set for the code HQ or whatever inside of his closet, inside of Baku's closet, is a lot of fun. Oh my gosh, I just noticed there's a panel on the floor that looks like a door, and I wonder if one day that's going to open up and lead to a basement underneath, like a secret lab or something under there, or who knows what could be stored in there. But that would be a lot of fun. Anyway, it's a really fun set design, and I really like to see Nausicaa and Fujimi in there with him, and I like these conversations that they're having with him and how they get to foil him in certain ways, because he's kind of idealistic, and he's younger and knows less, and while Nausicaa is more reserved and more skeptical, and Fujimi's a little more wild and out there and willing to just like say things, they kind of represent an interesting balance for Baku. If he's in the middle, they're here on either side. They kind of represent an interesting developmental like projection or opportunity. They're giving him the choice of who he can be more like, and so far he seems to be being like Fujimi, but I think ultimately he'll choose to be his own way and have an interesting balance of these traits, which I think is fun, and it just makes for good dynamic character interactions, so that's always enjoyable. So overall, I like the episode. We're setting up more questions that we don't know the answers to yet, and I feel like they can keep teasing them out for a little bit like this, for a little bit longer like this, and it'll be satisfying. Seeing Nox be able to utilize his powers in different ways in the dream world as well is fun. In the nightmare, I guess we should just call it. So it's enjoyable. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. I like the episode. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. I don't have anything groundbreaking or revolutionary to say about it. I just think it's good. But I do want to say I did see when Nem was in the hospital, she had 2 readings above her head that she's laying there. And one of them was 73 and the other one was 98, which to me means it's a reference to the original Kamen Rider Earth-Red from 1971 to 1973 and had a total of 98 episodes. And I think it's very fun and very cute, and it shows just a little bit of care, a little bit of craft. They didn't have to do it, but they did, and I like that kind of thing. Yeah, I didn't sing the praises of this episode. I like the projection form or tool or whatever, but it does muddy the waters even more because it's not saying it's a form, it's saying Technolom projection, and it automatically switches from the standard impact undersuit with the green abs and muscles to the blue wavy one of stream, whatever, and it's just kind of odd that there's these 4 subtypes. But I noticed that in the book there's the red, blue, green, purple, and we've seen red and blue with him so far, so it's easy to suspect that purple and green are coming, but I just don't really know what it means, and I don't understand why you can't have those colored attachments or accessories without changing the base suit. I think he could keep them without changing the base suit, or just graying out the base suit even would be fine, because I took a lot of screenshots. It looks really good to have these grayed out parts of the suit, these charcoal accents that are popping against the black that he has, and also contrasting with the colors that he has as well on him, be it blue or whatever. So yeah, I don't quite understand the design choices being made with some of these things, but I'm still enjoying the show overall, and I think it's very enjoyable. And I loved seeing, like I said, I loved seeing his resolve. That's my big takeaway, is like Nem is dead or missing, and Baku has the resolve to find her, and that's going to be part of his mission going forward. And I like that. I think it's very cool. I think it's very nice. It's very good to have that ongoing thing. Where's Nobuhiko? It's good to have that long thread running through the show while we're getting the day-to-day action as well, and the monster of the week or monster of the 2-part episode kind of deal as well. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Yeah, I'm still enjoying this a lot. It's just kind of it's weird because I got very emotional at some points, and whatever. Bajoji, like, wanting to sacrifice himself to save his daughter, like, really got to me. And the fact that he's, like, even willing to sacrifice himself in his, like, be away from his wife and die, whatever. Like, I don't know. It's like all very interesting and muddled and kind of complex. But I like it overall. And I'm just very satisfied with what's happening so far in the show. And that's it. That's it for now. I'm getting out of here. This is MJ signing out with Rider Tears and Henshin Inspection. Check out my book trailer coming up and let me know what you thought. Let's have a conversation. You can leave me a comment here or on the blog or wherever you're finding this, and we can talk about it. You can also talk about me. Oof, yeah, you can talk about me if you want, or talk to me on Twitter. I once again neglected to talk about Kyohei Yamaguchi. I downplayed my enjoyment of the form, but I said there was good action, and I meant to say I did enjoy what they did with the suit action, with the fighting. It was all very enjoyable. It was very good, very cool, very fun action done by Kyohei Yamaguchi, who I have special connection to, special fondness for because of his episodes 23 and 24 of Kamen Rider Forze from 2012, which were the Swan Alliance and Hero's Desire, where we get to see the Cygnus Zodiac be a heroic character, sort of, but not really. It's a great suit. It's amazing. And yeah, it's a fantastic suit, and I like it a lot. And yeah, I think Kyohei Yamaguchi is a good director. He did 4 episodes of Forze, 2 episodes of Gaim, whatever, 10 episodes of Drive, also whatever, 14 episodes of Ghost, which is fantastic, 14 episodes of Xaid, 10 episodes of Build, 10 episodes of Zio, 3 episodes of 01 only, which is another Yuri Takahashi show, and Geets he did 20 and 21, so 2 episodes, and he did 10 episodes of Gotchard, and now he's done 2 of Zeztz so far. He hasn't done anything past episode 7, so we'll see if he comes back for this one. There was nothing wrong with the action. I think it was very good, in fact, so I'd like to see more of him doing action, especially because there were just like some interesting, fun movement and great acrobatics and stuff like that going on here. So anyway, I meant to talk about him last episode. I didn't. I actually forgot to do it this episode, and before I closed out everything and you moved on to producing the episode to release it, I realized, oh no, I better put this in here. Magical bugs battle monsters in this exciting fantasy adventure. Gremlings prey upon children. Growbugs protect them. When a gremlin finds a hidden growbug fort, the whole flock makes a surprise attack. How will the growbugs survive? Find out in Mockwing Mayhem. Learn more at growbugs.com, where you can find out more about our mailing list, receive behind-the-scenes information, and get all the latest news on the Growbugs.